is it? Come quickly. Someone's prowling around. What are you doing, Barrowman?
Oh, nothing, sir. It was the window.
The window?
Yes, sir. I was just seeing that it was fastened.
Well, does it matter whether it's fastened or not? The window on the second floor.
I go around every night seeing that they're fastened. Sir Charles always insisted upon it.
Well, that sounds reasonable enough.
Well, if it's properly fastened now, Barrowman, you can get back to bed.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Do you see anything?
Nothing. Nothing except a pinpointed light a long way off, over there by the crags.
Well, keep your eye on that point of light. And tell me what happens. Do you see anything now?
It's gone now. There it is again. And there it goes.
Just as I thought. Barrowman was signaling someone. Come on, get some clothes. We'll find out.
It's still there.
Yes. Try not to lose sight of it. Crouch down here. Whoever it is may come back.
What about getting a little further away from that light? Up there.
Good idea. Stop! Are you mad? Whoever it is knows his way among these rocks. We don't.
Who the devil can it be? You were right about Barrowman.
Yes, but what connection can there possibly be between that horrible creature and Barrowman?
You know, I've half a mind to fire the fellow in the morning, then notify the police and let them shadow him.
No, it's the last thing that Holmes would want us to do. Our job is to watch Barrowman. Watch him like a hawk. Come on, let's get back.
What do you think it is?
What did it sound like to you?
Well, if we were back in London, this would seem ridiculous.
Let's get on.
Look here, Doctor. You don't believe that nonsense, do you?
Of course not. Now, what do you do?
Morning.
Morning, Sir Henry.
So that's our famous Moor, eh?
Yes, sir.
Come in. Oh, where's Sir Henry?
He went out, sir.
Where?
Across the moor.
Didn't I tell you to let me know immediately if Sir Henry ever ventured out there alone?
I know, but I only just found out from my wife.
Hello there! Oh, forgive my shouting at you, Dr. Watson. My name's Stapleton, live just across the moor.
But how did you know my name, sir?
Oh, from Dr. Mortimer, one of our neighbors.
Oh, yes, sir.
Hi, Sir Henry.
He's very well, thank you.
Oh, we were a bit worried he might decide not to come here. After the rumors that followed the sad death of Sir Charles, has Mr. Sherlock Holmes come to any conclusion yet?
I really can't say.
Oh, is he going to honor us with a visit?
I haven't the slightest idea.
Well, if I can be of any help, I do hope you'll call upon me. I know this place pretty well.
Thank you, but I don't think I shall be needing any help.
Wonderful place, this moor. From a scientist's point of view, there's nothing like it. vast, barren, mysterious. You see those bright green spots over there?
Seems a little more fertile than the rest.
Fertile. That's the great Grimpen Mire. One false step means death. Only yesterday, one of the moor ponies wandered into it. Turned me sick with horror to see it struggling. And the sound of its screams...
What's that?
Oh, that. Well, the people round here say it's the Hound.
Surely you don't believe such rot?
Bogs make queer noises. Or perhaps it's a bittern booming.
A bittern?
Yes, a very rare bird. Practically extinct. If anything is extinct on the moor.
Stop! Stop! Look out! Stop!
That was a voice. A woman's voice.
Thank heavens you heard me. Another few yards you'd have been into that mire. Looks innocent, doesn't it? But only yesterday a little moor pony got into it, and that was the end of it.
Well, thank you for shouting at me.
You're Sir Henry?
Yes.
Oh, I suppose I should say welcome, Sir Henry, but I'm afraid it wouldn't be sincere.
Oh, that's understandable. The stranger coming here and taking the place of someone you were fond of.
Oh, it's not that.
No? Tell me, what is it?
Sounds silly, I know, but
Oh, it's not that ridiculous Hound legend.
I never used to believe those things till I came to live down here.
But you do now.
You're rich. You can go anywhere you want to. There are so many other places to live in the world. Interesting places.
Just now, I find this place very interesting.
Why, hello, Beryl. Hello. Oh, Dr. Watson, my stepsister, Miss Stapleton.
How do you do?
How do you do?
Hello, Doctor.
And this, I'm sure, must be...
Oh, Sir Henry, my brother.
How are you?
I was just telling Dr. Watson how delighted we are you decided to come here.
I'm here and to stay.
Oh, that's splendid. You know, it's been quite dull down here since the hall's been closed.
It's wide open now, especially to friends of my uncle. You must both come and dine with me.
You must come to us first.
Yes, what about tomorrow night? You and Dr. Watson. We'll invite the neighbors over to meet you. Of course, you already know Dr. Mortimer. The only other one's old Mr. Franklin.
Who's he?
Oh, wait till you meet him, Sir Henry. He'll bring suit against you, I warn you.
What on earth for?
You'll find something. Suing people is a passion with him.
I'll look forward to meeting him.
All right, tomorrow night then.
Thank you. And thank you again for rescuing me.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
And were it not a personal insult to Sir Henry, I would never have come here this evening.
Oh, but why, Mr. Franklin?
As a stickler for convention, I'm not in the habit of breaking bread with my host on the eve of prosecuting him.
Great heavens, what crime have I committed now?
A most gruesome one, Mr. Stapleton, that of body snatching.
What?
You're a body snatcher, sir. A ghoul, a despoiler of graves.
Oh, come, Mr. Franklin. That's a very serious charge.
Oh, Beryl, refill Mr. Franklin's glass, will you?
Thank you, my dear. And an excellent vintage it is, too. But if you're implying that I'm tipsy, sir...
Oh, of course he's not.
Tell us more, Mr. Franklin. Whose body has Mr. Stapleton been snatching?
According to my evidence, sir, Mr. Stapleton was seen digging among the old stone huts on the moor and removed from there a skull.
Oh, that?
A most interesting relic, Sir Henry, of Neolithic man. I'll show it to you after dinner. 50,000 years old if it's a day.
Nonetheless, sir, you removed it from the grave without the consent of the next of kin. And according to British law, that constitutes body snatching. Deny that if you can.
But what good will it do you to prosecute Mr. Stapleton?
None, sir. I have no interest in the matter. I act entirely from a sense of public duty. If you care to drop by my house someday and take a tipple of wine with me, I'll be glad to tell you a thing or two about everybody here. About him, prowling the Grimpen Mire at nights, and why he takes her with him.
Oh, there's no secret about us. As you know, I dabble a bit in the occult. Mrs. Mortimer has very strong mediumistic qualities. She finds the old caves on the moor particularly conducive to psychic phenomena.
Very interesting.
Have you ever tried to communicate with my uncle since his death?
Oh, yes, on several occasions, but with no success. But if my wife would consent to a seance tonight, while you, Sir Henry, are present, we might...
No, James, not tonight. Please.
Perhaps some other time. Shall we have coffee in the drawing room? Why, of course, Mrs. Mortimer.
I can persuade my wife.
Don't you think?
Yes, the mist.
If you and Dr. Watson would care to see my little collection.
Oh, yes, let's go.
Yes, we're in here.
I'd like to very much. Quite a museum.
Oh, a very modest little collection. But this one really is quite a treasure. You'll observe its unusual cranial index.
Gentlemen, my wife has consented. She's agreed to a seance.
Splendid.
Oh, fine. Please come at once. Now then, if you'll all get chairs and arrange yourselves naturally, comfortably here by the fire.
As Shakespeare says, you can call spirits from the vasty deep, but will they answer?
They'll not answer scoffers or skeptics. If that's your attitude, Mr. Franklin, perhaps you wouldn't mind leaving us.
Oh, I'm sure Mr. Franklin didn't mean to doubt.
Of course I don't. And I ask you to keep a civil tongue in your head, Dr. Mortimer. Ordering me out from under the roof of my host is grounds for a very nasty little lawsuit.
Oh, come now, Mr. Franklin. Sit down by me.
Now, tonight we may communicate with Sir Charles. Find out what he feared so greatly. What he was running away from. Now, Jennifer, you sit here, please. Sir Henry, here. Or would you please put out those lights?
Certainly.
Stapleton, that light, please. Dr. Watson. Now, if you all keep quiet and sit quite naturally.
Sir Henry, your hand, please. Sir Charles, can you speak to us? Let us know if you're present. There are things that only you can explain. Speak to us, Sir Charles, if you're here. There are things that only you can tell us. Sir Charles, can you speak to us? Let us know if you're present. There are things that only you can tell us. Speak to us, Sir Charles, if you're here. There are things that only you can explain.
That sound. I've heard it before.
It's nothing. Nothing but the wind.
Or a bittern. I was telling Dr. Watson only yesterday about it.
Sir Charles? What happened that night? What was it you feared? Tell us, Sir Charles, of all the weird, terrible things that have happened on the moor.
Listen. There it is again. Oh, I can't stand it. Will somebody put on the lights, please?
I tell you, it's nothing. Nothing but the wind.
Mr. Franklin, what did you think it was?
The Hound, of course. The Hound of the Baskervilles. Any fool would know that.
James, get my cape. Take me home.
Very well, my dear.
Dr. Watson, can I give you and Sir Henry a lift?
No, thank you. We have our own carriage.
You're trembling.
That wasn't the wind we heard. I've heard that sound before, often. That's what I tried to tell you yesterday on the moor. That's why I wish you hadn't come here.
But sounds can't hurt you. It doesn't matter what they are or where they come from.
You don't know.
Oh, you've got to get all that nonsense out of your head, Beryl.
I wish I could.
You're going to. I'm going to make it my business to see that you do. You've been alone too much. There's nothing to do down here. That's the trouble. I'm going to change all that, if you let me. We'll go fishing together, riding. Do you like riding?
Yes, I do.
Good. We'll start tomorrow, shall we?
Yes, thanks.
Fine. I'll ride over for you in the morning.
Are you coming, Sir Henry?
Right, Doctor. Good night.
Good night. Hello.
Hello, Beryl. Well, where shall we go today?
There's one place we haven't been. High Tor.
Fine.
That's where all the old ruins are. You know, Jack says that they're over 50,000 years old.
That sounds interesting.
And you can still see the remains of their stone huts.
All right, good.
whitish stones over there, they're graves. Oh, and those huge ones, monoliths, the remains of their temples.
Doesn't anybody know who they were or what they looked like?
Jack has some theory about them. But anyway, they must be very primitive, living on roots and dressing in skins.
But still laughing and dreaming, just as we do. I wonder how many times some young savage brought his bride into this very hut. Said, take your hat off, darling, this is home.
You know, this is probably where she cooked his first meal for him.
What a yell he must have let out when she burnt it up.
And now they're quite forgotten.
Just as we will be, too, one day. Do you suppose when a man met a girl that he liked, he had to wait a respectably long time before he dared tell her? Or things like that, sudden, natural?
I'd like to think that things were like that.
Beryl, that's the way they are with me.
Oh, but we've only known each other such a little while.
Here, you see, convention, custom. We can't even be ourselves when we want to be. Why is that?
You know, I used to come down here quite often and explore these old caves when Jack and I first came to live here. I didn't have the fear of the moor then.
And you've none now, that's all gone.
Oh, when I'm with you, it's gone. I seem to forget it, laughing and talking. But when I'm alone, it all comes back to me. And at night, I still wake up trembling, as if in my sleep I could hear those awful noises. Then it gets bad as ever, and I think of you, and I wish you weren't here.
Oh, don't say that.
Well, I wish you were in London or in Canada.
But even if I wanted to go back to London or Canada, I couldn't.
Why not?
You'll know why. You must know why. I can't go anywhere now, unless you come with me.
Oh, Henry.
Would you mind pausing for a minute? I'm afraid I've lost my way.
Oh, hello, Doctor. Sir Henry and I were just...
We were getting engaged.
Engaged? Splendid. May I congratulate you both?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Who is that?
It seems that we didn't pick a very secluded spot.
What do you want?
Just crossing the moor, sir. Just crossing the moor. I'd be peddling my wares, sir. I must have something here would interest you, sir. How about a nice mouth organ, sir?
No, thank you.
Here's something an old squire like you could use, sir. A fussel for calling your sheepdog.
Calling my what?
Sheepdog, sir. A regular charmer, sir. Hear him for miles around, sir.
Take it away and yourself with it.
How about some scent for the ladies, sir?
That'll do. Be off about your business.
All right, sir. I ain't doing no harm.
You know, that's what I hate about this moor. There's always something strange.
Look, he's limping on the other foot now. Batterman?
Yes, sir.
Who delivered this note?
No one, sir. I found it slipped under the front door.
Thank you. Oh, Bannerman, is Sir Henry at home?
No, sir. He's gone across the moor.
Oh, I'm sorry I missed him. Did Dr. Watson go with him?
No, sir.
Oh, thank you, Bannerman.
I'll tell Sir Henry you called, sir.
Yes, do.
Was it you who sent me that communication?
I did, sir.
Out with it. Whatever it is you want me to hear.
I only want you to hear this zither, sir.
Zither?
He don't come no finer, sir.
What blasted impertinence. Getting me out here to say... Look here, my man. You're up to something.
I only ask you to try him, sir.
Be careful. This thing's loaded. Who are you?
Well, I might ask the same of you, sir. Prowling around the moor, spying out on everybody.
That's my business. To spy?
Oh, what is it?
Yes, and if you want to know who I am, I'll tell you.
Who are ye?
I'm Sherlock Holmes.
Sherlock Holmes, the detective?
Yes, and now perhaps you realize why I can't be hoodwinked.
Oh, sir, that changes everything.
Now, who are you? Quick!
Well, in that case, sir,
My name must be Watson.
Holmes!
Hi, my dear fellow. A fine detective you are, calling yourself Sherlock Holmes.
So you've been down here on the moor all the time? That's a fine way to treat me, I must say. Send me down here. Let me think that you were in London, working on that blackmail case. Let me sit up half the night, writing those blasted reports.
Serial reports, my dear Watson, and very valuable they were, too. I made arrangements to have them forwarded on to me.
A shabby trick, which I'll not forget.
Ah, but a very necessary trick. If I'd come down here with you and Sir Henry, every movement of mine would have been watched. While in this way, only you and Sir Henry have been watched, and I've been free to work.
That's all very well, but making a fool of me...
Sit down, Watson. Do sit down. Perhaps a little supper will help you to get over your huff.
Huff? I'm in no huff.
Here, try some of these sardines. It's a pity I didn't know you were coming. I'd have provided a brace of pheasants.
It's a pity you didn't think of bringing down that infernal violin of yours to regale me with some of your enchanting music.
I did, my dear Watson. Anything to oblige.